part-time seller on apps like Poshmark, eBay, and Depop. Here's what sold on Poshmark over the last week. I had a pretty great week. March is always a really strong month for me in terms of sales, and I had 14 sales this week. All of them were on Poshmark. FootJoy is a pretty good men's brand to sell. It's like bread and butter, no home run sales, but it does usually sell pretty quickly. I did list this going into fall and winter, so I did expect it to sit for a little bit, but it did sell this past week. They sold pretty quickly, and someone sent me an offer for $55 on these. I think I had it listed maybe 65 or 75, somewhere in that ballpark, because they were in great condition and they were a good size. This dress was from my own closet. My Poshmark automation bot sent out an offer and the buyer accepted. I've had this puffer coat in my closet for close to a year, if not over a year, and I was tired of it taking up so much space. It was so bulky, so I accepted this really low offer on it. Fabletics, I don't recommend picking it up. I really like selling Athleta pants, especially some sort of the Brooklyn pant. They sell very great for me. These did take a little bit longer to sell, but they're a little bit of a smaller size. Usually anything above a size 8 or 10 in Athleta sells pretty quickly. This is a pretty great brand. It's the brand Max Mara. This is a piece from their leisure line. It's a small size, and I also couldn't find exact comps on this piece, so I settled for a $44 sale, and it sold kind of quickly for a really small size. These sold surprisingly fast, and I let them go for this price because comps were as low as $10 even with this bigger size, so I just let these go and made a nice profit. These jeans for a while. Madewell just doesn't do great for me anymore, so I also let these go for a pretty low profit, but I'm just trying to move them out. This is an item from my own personal closet, a decent brand, not really a brand I would intentionally pick up to resell, but it sold for an okay profit. I did lower the price and the buyer got a shipping discount due to Poshmark's closet clear out. This dress is so pretty. I don't even think this photo does it justice, but the colors were gorgeous. It's a pretty good size, and it was also made in Italy, so those are some factors stacking because I have no idea what this brand is, but it's a really pretty dress. I'm honestly surprised at this sale, but I checked comps on Zara pieces because a lot of it is just trash, but a lot of it actually sells for some pretty decent money. So this denim midi knee-length dress, whatever you want to call it, actually sold for a pretty good profit. This, I am so glad someone finally bought it. That's it. I made a whole video on these at Goldie Shorts, and it's my first time finding a Goldie, and they sold within 48 hours of me listing. Someone sent me an offer for $60 and I accepted. The sale from last week was this Barefoot Dreams Henley long sleeve. I took a relatively lower offer. I had it listed for $35, but we are going into spring and summer, and I know it's kind of like a beachy cover-up, could be worn for sure in spring or summer, but yeah, I just let it go for $25. We're just moving things. This was a really great week for me as just a part-time seller. I made over $200, and my goal is to make about $150 total profit every week, so I surpassed that. March is always a really great month for me, just historically, so this month seems to be no different, and I'm super grateful.